welcome back to my channel, Clay Soil. My name is Purny, and it's so good to see you. About taking care of your gardenia. I have kind of neglected my own gardenia for a little bit, so it was time to repot it, and I thought, why not share my experiences with you. I've had 3 gardenias so far, and I've killed 2. This is the 3rd one, and this has been doing okay, and I've learned a lot of different lessons along the way that I can share with you. So let's go right into the different requirements of a gardenia. When it comes to light requirement, you want to give it full sun. If you're in hotter climates, it does appreciate a little bit of shade during the afternoon, but if you're in a colder climate, you can get away with giving it full sun all day. As for me, I leave my plant right here. During the morning hours, it gets some sun and some shade, but during the afternoon, it gets all sun, and it does pretty well. I just have to make sure that it is watered properly and it stays moist. So that brings me to talking about what kind of watering needs this gardenia has. Gardenias like to stay moist, not soggy. They don't like to dry out. If they dry out, they're gonna drop leaves and the buds. If they are too soggy, they're gonna drop leaves and drop buds. So you have to make sure that it stays consistently moist. So let's talk about the type of soil that gardenias prefer. They love acidic soil with a lot of organic nutrients in it. So you can go ahead and add organic matter like peat moss, worm casting, compost, and it'll just help the gardenia perform better. So in the beginning of the growing season, I'll sprinkle a little bit of Espoma soil acidifier and Espoma Polytone just to help it produce larger blooms and make sure the pH level in the soil is just the way the gardenia wants it. And then every 2 weeks, I'll come in with the Miracle Grow acid loving plant food. And that seems to just be the care that it loves, and like when I do that, I get blooms every couple weeks, and I'll get at least like 3 to 4 cycles of blooms in one season. So that's a pretty good, awesome way to take care of this plant. Try it and let me know if you have any other fertilizers you use that you think is the best for your gardenia, because it's been trial and error for me. But okay, so let's move on to humidity. This plant loves humidity, and when I say it loves humidity, it loves humidity. And if you don't give it humidity, it's going to die, or it's not going to perform well, or it's going to drop the buds or the leaves. It's one of the most sensitive plants I've ever had in my possession, and that is one of the main reasons why my other 2 died. Once the humidity level dropped, it was done. And so you have to make sure that you are giving it the right amount of humidity, and the best way to do that is to leave it outside during the growing season. And then once you bring it indoor, if you're not in a tropical climate like myself, I'm in zone 7, I have to bring it indoor during the fall and winter time, and I have to make sure that I'm giving it humidity like it likes. So I have to have a humidifier on, pebble tray, keep it near a warmer room, that sort of thing. And so just be cognizant of that. Some of the issues you may experience with your gardenia are iron chlorosis, nutrient deficiency, root rot, poor drainage, insufficient watering or poor light. So as for iron chlorosis, like I mentioned, you can just use some iron tone and that should help it perk right back up. Root rot, you just gotta watch the watering, or you know, the other opposite end is you gotta watch for it not getting enough water. Poor lighting, you gotta adjust to your climate and your area where it's gonna be out all day. And as for nutrient deficiencies, you just gotta fertilize every 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, and it should be fine. As long as you give it the right amount of water and the right amount of humidity and the right amount of light, it'll perform pretty well for you. And then you just come in every 2 weeks and like fertilize it during the growing season, and that's it. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you about is growing it indoors, because a lot of people don't have outdoor space where they can grow gardenia. So if you're growing this indoor, you want to make sure you keep it on a south facing window where it's getting a lot of full sun. And unfortunately, because it's indoor, you're gonna have to mimic the humidity that it loves. So you're gonna have to use a type of humidifier for it, and it's gonna have to have constant humidity. Once it drops, it doesn't do well, and it'll tell you quickly. So when it's indoor, just make sure that you're giving it lots of humidity like it likes, and that it's getting bright light all day. And then the watering, you have to figure out depending on the type of environment it's in. So that's pretty much it. The one other thing I would like to tell everybody is during the winter months when it is indoors, for people like me who's in zone 7 and lower, when you have it indoor, you don't water it too often because the soil will just stay soggy. So I water my gardenia when it's during the winter time about like once a month, and I'll give it a good drink, but I won't soak it. And then that seems to do fine. But my last mistake with my last gardenia was I kept it in the bay window area where I didn't know there was a draft, and it made it, you guys, to like March of this year, and then it died because we were having those like really cold nights in March, and the draft just killed it, and like every single leaf and bloom that was about to come up died and dropped. So you just want to make sure during the winter time you keep it where it's gonna stay in a consistent temperature. I know it doesn't like to be lower than 50 degrees, like it doesn't like the cold. It's a very sensitive plant, so you want to keep it somewhere where it's going to be warm, and then you're going to have to supplement the humidity for it. And just during the winter time, don't water it as much. Stay to like once a month if you are okay. But if you don't want to do that, you can also do it like once every 2 weeks and just give it a little less water. But that's pretty much it. I hope this was very informative for you, and if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and also leave any comments below. If you have some tips and tricks that we can all benefit from with our gardenias, please feel free to put them down below. Like I said, this is my 3rd one, and I plan on making it live. And like they always say, 3rd time's the charm. So crossing fingers, guys. I do thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you're not part of the Clay Soil family already, do go ahead and subscribe to my channel. When you click the bell icon, it will notify you every time I upload new content. And also, you can follow me on Instagram if you like, at Clay Soil Purny. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.